What's up, JuJuan Buford, managing partner of JSB Business Solutions Group, co-founder of Next Op Social, and PPLSI entrepreneur. What I want to talk about today is a conversation I had recently with a good friend of mine, chilling in one of my favorite cafes downtown Detroit, and actually here again at another cafe here in one place in Detroit. I believe in supporting the small business owners here. But okay, another story. So we're having a conversation about time management, and he's in the middle of debating a number of different academic programs. He's aware of a number of different entrepreneurial projects I'm involved in, and a couple other side projects I'm entertaining. And the question he asked me was, look, how in the world are you going to decide which ones are relevant? Because you're obviously gonna have to cut a couple things in order to make room for something else, or you're gonna decide to cut something else that you're looking at entertaining. I said, look, I don't spend a lot of time trying to manage time because it's just not something I'm good at. I haven't met anyone that can negotiate with time, manage time, flirt with time, buy time lunch or a drink, and be able to negotiate with time. Time is time. I don't spend time trying to make more time because I haven't figured that formula out yet. But what I am reasonably effective at is priority management. And what I share with him is simply this. Here's what has been what I found. That when you're very clear on what your values are, when you're very clear on what your principles are, when you're very clear on your core focus, how you want to show up and who you want to be 5-10 years from now, it makes it easy. You don't have a hard time saying no to things because if the things that are being proposed to you or the things that end up across your table aren't in alignment with, once again, your values, your core focus, who you want to be. Another question I oftentimes ask myself is this going to grow me in a certain type of way? This is also going to lead me to my destination as well, right? Is this going to grow me, equip me with the skills or the know-how, stretch me in a way that could be very beneficial to me later on down the line? And once again, it becomes very easy to say no to things. So, one of the things I share with him, just a couple of things I share for the purposes of this talk, is, I share with him that in terms of business, there's a couple criteria that I employ. One of the first criteria I employ is, does it support entrepreneurship? Does it help entrepreneurs? Does it help me fulfill the mission of helping over 100,000 households over the next 10 years become employers, right? And be able to take more control of what happens at their kitchen tables, have more control of what happens in their communities, give them the agency to curate the lifestyle and the standard of living that they desire for themselves. And if the answer is no, if it clearly doesn't fall in line with that, the answer is no. I may delegate it. I may tell a person, hey, that's great, that's fantastic, that's wonderful, I know somebody else can chat with, but it's not for me, right? There's not a clear line to that, right? The next thing is I have to be able to see myself being able to build it passively or building a residual income. I have to be able to see myself with the capacity that I have, the skills that I have, the knowledge that I have, to be able to scale it in such a way where it creates a passive residual income. I'm done trading my time for dollars. Salesmanship is a job. Being a salesperson is a job. I'm not interested in a job. What I'm interested in is building assets, building teams, creating situations where I have some type of subscription relationship with the people that I work with, where I'm bringing value to them on a consistent basis and they're willing to pay for it on a consistent basis without having to repeatedly make the same decision every single month, right? That's what I'm looking for. And if something is proposed to me where I don't see myself having the capacity to scale in that way, or if the business model isn't already set up for me to scale it in that manner, I'm not interested. I'm not going to do it. It's not about that life. The other thing, and the reason why that second piece is important, is because I desire at this point to have a business model that allows me to be present for my children. More than ever, I want to be present. My current lifestyle now, where it makes it like I'm running around like a chicken with my head cut off, I have plenty of time to stop in during the day and check in with the kids. I have time in the morning to fix them breakfast. I have time in the evening to kiss them on the forehead goodnight, or read them a book, or spend a couple days out the week doing family game night or watch a movie night, right? These are my priorities. And so if the thing that is being asked of me comes into conflict with that, we're gonna have a problem. And the problem is I'm gonna cut it, right? So that's kind of like the criteria I look for, and that's the question that I ask myself on a regular basis. And of course, at the same time, once again, I always leave this as a caveat. It needs to grow me in such a way where when I think about where I want to be, who I want to be, how I want to be moving 10 years from now, that it equips me with the necessary experience, wisdom, et cetera, to get there. So that's the criteria that I use. And when you have a sound, once again, understanding of what your values are, what your principles are, the deal breakers, the things that matter most to you, it becomes very easy to say no to things, which means you can say yes to the things that matter. And you say yes to the things that are priorities, the things that really matter, so you're never sitting back and I'm tired, I don't have energy, I'm not motivated, why did I do this? You never end up asking yourself those questions. You're saying yes to the things to fulfill you. You're saying yes to the things that give you a sense of satisfaction. You're saying yes to things that give you fulfillment, and these things are growing you. And so when you look up 5-10 years from now, you're not gonna say, what the F? Where did my life go? And why am I here, right? So that is what I would share today. Hopefully it serves you. As always, if the content I just share resonates with you, smash the like button, share, comment. I eat those like Skittles. To be continued. I celebrate success in advance. Goodbye for now.